Good evening, everybody. So we are going in for a
What's an NST stand for?
a non-stress test for the baby. She's not been moving like normal. Yeah, I know, right? We also are getting lab results back, and it's like 7 at night, so my poor midwife was there late, but she said we needed to come in, and we also we're supposed to get lab results back, and she didn't want to talk to me on the phone, but that could have just been because she wanted me to hurry and get there, or it could be because it's important and she has to talk to some person. We don't know. Could be nothing. It could have been like, oh, don't worry, I need to do the non-stress test anyway, come in.
I think that's what it was, Mary.
Yeah.
We'll just talk about it here, don't worry. Let's not go over it all on the phone and then...
Yeah, there's no point. So, I've never had a non-stress test before. I mean, I've had them check on the baby before when I was having problems, but like, I've never had like a specific non-stress test. So I don't even know exactly like what they do. Guys, that's the machine that we did the NST on. We just sat in here in this little room. Got all the info. Alright guys, so I am at the hospital. I'm gonna go in and do my biophysical profile for Elizabeth. And they're also going to do some lab work for liver enzyme. That's a further liver test. So, wish me luck. I just had a biophysical profile done on Elizabeth. They said she passed, but they're doing a second non-stress test. So, I don't really know why I'm getting another one of these, but I'll go with it. Hey guys, I'm looking a little tired, so sorry. Kyle, how are you looking?
I'm looking fantastic. What are you talking about?
So, I wanted to do a quick update. I have been updating on Instagram and Facebook, and I didn't want to leave people just hanging. Everyone's been so nice. So over the weekend noticed a lot of it was a complete drop in Elizabeth's movements. So I started doing a kick count on Sunday, and on Sunday the entire day I got 18. So what I told you, I don't remember now, I have to look. Like 18 movements, like kicks, like the entire day, or movements or rolls or whatever. And then on Monday it wasn't much better. So Monday evening I called my midwife and she was like, you need to come in for an NST, a non-stress test. And we did, and she passed. It wasn't like blazingly passed, but she passed. I mean, she passed. But my midwife was still like, yeah, let's do a biophysical profile. She goes, just because she passed, but her movements are different than they had been. And then in addition to that, for those of you who saw my last update, I said that they were, I'd requested that they do a liver test because I'd had severe itching on my feet, and this is a problem I have my first pregnancy, and it was, what's the name of it called? Cholestasis? Okay, so that. So I was just, you know, I was like, I just had this feeling like maybe that's what's going on. Probably not, but maybe. So I had my midwife was, she's been on a mission trip, so she wasn't there, so I had a different midwife. She had a liver test done, but just like a test on like liver function. She didn't do the bile acid test, which is what you're supposed to do to test for this. So we got those lab results back last night as well, and they showed, they were elevated. My midwife was like real cool about it. She was like, it's a little high, but everything's okay. Like, it's not that bad. Like, was, you know, like, I don't know, I guess Kyle was kind of like, oh, okay, so everything's fine. But I was like, well, that's not, I mean, she did say that, but at the same time I was like, she still said they were a little high. So, and then again, she was like, you really need the bile acid test is what we really need. So today she had me go to a doctor at I go to a hospital basically, a doctor's office in the hospital. It's the same doctor who I saw for my gallbladder problems. If you're just catching up, I did have problems with my gallbladder early on in the pregnancy, and those don't go away. Like, my gallbladder's still not functioning correctly. It's like not whatever, but it hasn't really been giving me a lot of problems like that I know of, although apparently. Anyway, so that's time to catch you guys up to date. So then today I go in and they did a non-stress test and she did not pass it. And so then they did the biophysical profile and she did pass that kind of easily. Like, I don't want to say easily, but like it wasn't a big deal. And then so then they did a second non-stress test, and the doctor actually came in. The nurses were doing it, but the doctor came in, and I've never seen this in my life, y'all. Tell me if you've ever seen this, but it was it looked like almost like a flashlight with a flat end on it, and he literally like poked it on the bottom of my belly, and the baby jumped like she'd been shot. And I was like, what the? I was like, what is that? What did you do to her? And he said it doesn't hurt her, it's really loud inside. It sounds really loud in there, and it jolts him awake or whatever. And I was just like, okay. And so he had to do it, like he stayed in there for a few minutes to kind of watch what she was doing, and he did it like, he had to do it like 3 times, but she, after doing that, kind of, it's almost like it jostled her or something, I don't know, and she passed after that. So it's one of those things, like they're not like freaking out, but they're just like borderline concerned. So I'm gonna have to come back. So they also did my lab. They took my blood, and to do the bile acid test, and he's hoping that that test takes a little longer to get back. Like some of the lab stuff they get back like the very next day or even the same day. This one takes 4 to 5 days, but he said he thought he'd have it back by Friday. So they scheduled me on Friday. He wants to do another non-stress test, and he wants to go over those results. So if those results come back abnormal, which he seemed pretty confident that they would, I was like, well, you know, maybe. And he was like, he said with the symptoms I'm having and my history and the fact that I have a gallbladder problem, he's like, he just seems to think that's the case. So if that's the case, you have to be induced. It's actually dangerous for the baby. It's very uncomfortable for the mother, but it's really dangerous for the baby, and they like to induce at 37 weeks, and so that might be what we have to do, and that's fine. If that's what has to happen, that's fine. And then in addition to that though, because you guys remember my due date changed, well, my midwife changed my due date, so he has to, for like, should I say legal reasons, like insurance reasons, yeah, hospital insurance policy reasons.
It's regulatory.
Yeah, it's regulatory. He has to go with what the original ultrasounds that I did with the doctor were, which are not that accurate with my...
Well, they were based off your, what we thought was your LNP.
No, my LNP is my new due date.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was the gap, right?
The ultrasound, the early ultrasound, I had a couple early ultrasounds. Two of them were pretty close together. They were within a couple of days, and they were a little later. One of them put me at about my current due date, a little earlier than my current due date. And my LNP put me at my current due date. The size of the baby put me at my current due date, blah, blah. Anyway, they changed my due date a while back, but because like again it's regulatory, he's kind of beholden to the original hospital's due date, which they are giving as 2 weeks later, not 2 weeks, like 11 days later. Which he told me, he said that he thinks that my midwife was right to change my due date. He agrees with her, but he has to like basically have the proof. So he actually seemed kind of like just like a little up in arms about it. Like he just like he was irritated, not at me, but irritated because, you know, I guess he doesn't want to deliver a baby that's not quite 37 weeks, but he also doesn't want to wait too long because it could be dangerous. So it was just a stressful situation with that. Who would have ever thought that would cause a problem? But anyway, so that's the update, y'all. I hope it all makes sense. I know it's kind of, I was trying to get all the details in there, but it just felt like a lot happened in the last like 2 days. So now we just wait, and I have a prescription for something that's supposed to help with the bile that's presumably in my blood, possibly in my bloodstream, and that should help with the itching. And he said that if the tests come back and I don't have that, this medicine won't hurt me at all. But he said, like, since my actual liver function test came back elevated anyway, that like even if I don't have the full-on cholestasis, is that how I say it? Cholestasis, I still have like, it's still not functioning right though. There's still like a little problem. So there you guys go. That's the update. And so because that's just, you know, how I felt is like part of why I haven't uploaded videos. So I do have a baby haul video.
So how many nights have you woke me up at 4 in the morning?
Oh yeah, I can't sleep.
To rub your itchy feet.
Yeah, I cannot like stand the itching. It gets worse at night, and
She takes it out on me.
No, you know what? I've left you alone. I have not been able to sleep. I've not slept through the night in 2.5, 3 months now.
Something like that, yeah.
And I just now like got to the point where like I might wake Kyle up because I'm literally feel like I'm dying. Like my feet, I can't stand it. And I try not to scratch them, and so it's horrible, y'all. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Like I cannot sleep. I'm just, it's just. It's okay. It's just all like whatever, but
a lot of free foot massages going.
Yeah, like the Kyle massages my feet, and it's like really just, it's a way to like almost itch them without scratching them, because I have actually made myself get like raw scratching on my legs and stuff. It's not good. It's not good, guys.
It's not pretty.
It's not. Wah wah. Okay, so we'll just hang in there and we'll see what the results say for Friday. And otherwise the baby looked really good on the ultrasound though. All her organs and the functioning correctly, and my placenta looked fine, and the blood flow looked good.
Did she wave at you?
She didn't wave at me. She was like this. What are you guys trying to? That's kind of how she was.
That's how you kind of are.
That's kind of, yeah, well I am like a zombie. I'm not myself. I just like, oh my gosh. Ugh.
We're so over it.
I am so over this, like, oh my gosh. Like I'm just like, give me the answers and like let me just have this baby. Like let's just get this figured out. Woo! The good news is that if I do have this and I have to have the baby, they said within 48 hours, like I should be better. Like it's real quick. And the baby might be a little jaundice or whatever, but it won't be a big deal. So, all right, there's the update. I will update you guys again. I'll try to do my normal vlog on, oh shoot, I just realized my NST is scheduled for the same time as our birth planning meeting.
Nope, not long.
Oh geez, I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay. Whatever, it should be an exciting update on Friday no matter what. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I will keep everyone updated. And if I just have trouble with the uploads on YouTube, I will try to be better about uploading on Instagram. It's easier in Facebook. It's a lot easier for me to be able to keep everyone up to date. And again, y'all are so sweet. Everyone's so sweet. Like several people who are like, if you can update, but if you can't, don't worry about it. And it's just really kind of you. I know how it feels when I'm kind of involved and I'm watching someone and I'm following with their pregnancy, and you worry and you wonder about them, and I know how that feels. So anyway, trying to keep you guys up to date. But thank you guys so much, and I'll just talk to everyone next time, okay? Bye. Kylie, wanna say bye?
Bye everyone.